What's up guys, and welcome to a final table highlight special, this time in the $85 Bounty Hunter special, which has around about 4k on top. If you finish first, you also collect the bounties. So what I did here is I recorded it and then I kind of cut out some annoying scenes and also sped up stuff, so you don't have endure all the tanking that happened on this final table. Here I opted for opening under the gun 10-3 suit, and you may be wondering why we are not the chip leader, but we are second in chips, and as you can see in the big blind there's a $80 bounty with only 3.6 big blind. We want to play our any two hands against him, and we still should get some respect here with this open, so I thought it's worth a try. We don't really care about these two big blinds if we have to give up, like in this case. By the way, the machine, the German guy here, he was very active and also quite lucky in some spots and some very unconventional plays. I think he's inexperienced, but still. Luckily here we get another shot at the bounty with King 7 suited, which is a pretty strong hand to have in the big blind against the small blind. And wonderful flop, like he has 0.15% to make a runner ace, I guess. And we get the bounty, which is very nice. I sped up some scenes here which are kind of unimportant, just rearranging so you can see the payouts. As you can see, 1.8 on top for first and for second plus bounty, and usually these, if you're running kind of okay and you're collecting quite some bounties on the final table, you should quite easily have more than first place money as additional bounties, so that's 2k plus. If you're running super hot, maybe almost 3k, 2.8k. If you're running really bad, maybe it's 1.2, 1.4k, I don't know. Yeah, here I definitely opted to call the pocket fives for set mining in position against the other two big stacks. And now he shoves. There's a big bounty on the line, but I can't call fives. I was wondering what would be my bottom range. I would guess probably pocket eights I would call, I guess. Even though he has high ICM, I think pocket eights is strong enough. Pocket sevens, I'm not sure. Probably it's just a fold. Definitely calling nines in that spot. Yeah. The other two tables that are still running, they won't run for much longer, so we're not really paying attention unless there's something cool coming up. Here the smallest stack shoves King Queen suited, which seems kind of normal. The machine, who has been running super well so far, will start to run even better. Yeah, and he holds here, collects a very nice bounty and 32 big blinds, which is also quite relevant. Queen 7 we fold, which I think is the right choice. And yeah, some blind versus blind battle of the big stacks. Here comes a big bet on the river. Yeah, King 10 off. I just opt to steal this. I'm not calling any raise or 4-betting light here. I just want to have kind of a wide range, so I have a slightly bigger chance to get paid with my nutty holdings. I'm just trying to set a pace here. With so many big blinds you can opt to do these kind of lag plays sometimes. Jack 4 I decided to defend, which is kind of borderline, but I felt like machine has almost 100% here as the big stack giving his range. Now, given that he checked the flop, I think he has more aces in his range, because he should do that with a bunch of ace-x hands, but I still want to call here because often my check is good against a straight draw, flush draw, maybe even an under pair. And now the overbet here, that was really confusing. I remember like either this is like 2 pair, a flush, or it's total bullshit. It could be 10-9. In retro, I think he has too many combos that definitely beat my check 4 here, so I just want to fold, even though I felt like this is such a bluffy spot for him. But I didn't expect the hand that he turned up with, so I went ahead and called, by the way, as you will see now. But like I said, there are too many combos. We can go through them, but there's any 10-9 combo that he goes for value, probably any set. And now he has the check deuce, which he decided to check on the flop. Very interesting given the flush draw and the straight draw opportunities, but I don't hate the play. I don't think most pros would do it, and I don't think it's optimal, but he got the optimal value from me because I made the wrong call. Yeah, I think he was targeting the ace-x hands here, and I should have kind of understood that. Yeah, and given that he value bets his very strange check deuce 2 pair, I should definitely have folded here. I wouldn't have thought that to to be honest. I thought he might even check back some 2-pair, but I'm definitely not overbetting 2-pair. And here he runs just super pure with Queen 9 suited against kings, picks up another big bounty and more chips for the massive, massive, crazy chip lead. We are down to 6 players and already $600 in the bag, plus the bounty we already collected, of course. Pocket kings here. In retro, I think it was a tiny mistake that I made here, so under the gun, I think opts to open. Okay, let's give it some time. Yeah. He opens, and I felt like he has a pretty wide range, even though he shouldn't, I guess, as a mid-stage, but mid-stack. But I think it depends also on player tendencies. And now here I decided, my thought process was I'm going very big because it looks like it's a stupid thing to do. But at that moment my thought was it looks like ace king if I go this big. Maybe I'm getting called or like by some weaker pairs, maybe pocket sixes, sevens, eights, maybe even fives, fours that would usually fold and want to see a flop, and if there's no ace or king on the flop they would maybe get it in against me. And of course I want to build value, but I should just make it 8 big blinds here and just have a standard sizing in position here that's a little bit more ambiguous, so I maybe sometimes get a light jam on. But I didn't get any value here, except for the blinds, of course, that were already in the pot. And yeah, what can you do? I think played it kind of fine. And this was interesting. I decided, so the machine probably opening almost 100%, I guess. I decided to light 3-bet here because I think it's a dynamic thing. Usually people don't feel like it's unlikely you would 3-bet light after you already 3-bet. So I thought it might be a good spot, but then we just get shoved on by the kind of baby stack here, and we have to fold. This bounty is totally irrelevant, and we are never good here unless he decides to shove pocket sevens, and even then he goes just all in again, which is fine, good for us. 10-9 suited, I think I want to have this in my opening range, even though my stack now is kind of in a difficult spot, especially against our maniac and big blind guy. But then again, I'm calling him a maniac, but all in all I thought his way of playing was kind of good, even though, like I said, very unconventional, and he definitely made some mistakes, but you definitely are a thinking player still. Yeah, I think the 10-9 played itself kind of naturally. You can sometimes see with the flop, but not against someone who is raising so much. We don't want to do that. And he should raise a ton here, so. And we had a backdoor straight draw, but that was about it. I was ready to give up on the turn, but we hit the 10, so of course not. Yeah, there was a lot of tanking, so I really think it's worth making a highlights special here. Let me know in the comments what you think about this new format. It takes, of course, quite some work, and like this channel so far is built upon just recording videos and my live commentary, which I will continue to do, but in between this kind of format is probably very nice and digestible, but I don't know, please let me know in the comments, like I said. Yeah, here we had a nice bluff with the 10 for a nut straight blocker, but it got called by the 4x straight, which also makes sense. Yeah, we're kind of in the middle of the pack with two definitely way shorter stacks, so we have to preserve our stack and not go crazy, especially with the very aggro playing mega big stack. Money bumps are also quite relevant already, like $200 from 6th place to 4th. Nice play here with 6-4, I think. Definitely a call, a defend against small blind in the big blind, so he played it right. 7-3 suited, I think I wanna defend here since I have this guy covered, and we can flop some strong stuff. I haven't completely covered here. You could donk against strong players, but better on a not so great on a paired board, in my opinion. Here I was really thinking about bluffing, but I thought I could also call and bluff the river, which unless another clubs comes. And now, given the check, I think I wanna bluff here. I was really wondering if this is a good sizing, but I did want to unpolarize my range, like trying to get some, like make it seem like I'm trying to get some value from a random 9 or pocket 6s or pocket 3s or maybe even ace high, and it worked. These sizing things, I think you should really make player dependent. Yeah, and that was about it already for the first part. So we are 4th in chips out of 6, and the break started. Yeah, thanks for watching. By the way, check out my new Instagram account. Link is in the comments, in the description. Bye bye for now. Subscribe. See you guys very soon. Thanks. Bye bye.